Week 8 highlights. First of all, happy Halloween. Second of all, leave a like and let's get into it. Thursday Night Football gave us the Ravens and Buccaneers, and it didn't exactly live up to the hype. The Ravens lost Rashad Bateman and Mark Andrews to injury, but that still did not hold them back. Lamar found Kenyon Drake in the third quarter on a 5-yard touchdown pass to make it a 10-10 game. Then at the end of the third, Lamar found Isaiah Likely for a 10-yard touchdown, giving the Ravens a 7-point lead. A Devin Duvernay 15-yard touchdown in the middle of the fourth made it a 2-possession game. Tom Brady did find Julio Jones for a garbage time touchdown, but that was not enough. The Buccaneers are now 3-5. London game, Broncos at Jaguars. The Jags jumped out to a 10-0 lead as Evan Engram had a 22-yard touchdown and a Riley Patterson 37-yard field goal. But the Broncos came back as they made it a 7-10 game right before halftime on a Jerry Jeudy touchdown. And after a long catch by rookie tight end Greg Dulcich, Melvin Gordon had a 1-yard touchdown, giving the Broncos a 4-point lead. In the late fourth, Travis Etienne, who had a monster game, had a 1-yard touchdown, giving the Jaguars a 3-point lead. But Russell Wilson finally had a good Broncos moment, leading a touchdown drive, finding KJ Hamler for 47 yards, and Latavius Murray punched it in for a 2-yard touchdown, giving the Broncos a 4-point lead. With under 2 minutes to go, Trevor Lawrence threw an interception on the first play from scrimmage, and the Jaguars took the loss. The Broncos improved to 3-5. Panthers at Falcons. This game was actually awesome. After a 2-yard Kyle Pitts touchdown, D'Onta Foreman scored his first of 3 on the day, giving the Panthers a 10-7 lead. But right before halftime, PJ Walker was intercepted by former Giant Lorenzo Carter, who took it back for 6 on a 28-yard return. Tyler Algier took a 25-yard screen pass to the house, giving the Falcons a 21-13 advantage. D'Onta Foreman would then score 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns, giving the Panthers a 28-24 lead. But Damiere Byrd, of all people, caught a 47-yard touchdown, giving the Falcons a 31-28 lead. A Younghoe Koo field goal put the Falcons up 6, and then the unthinkable happened. PJ Walker found DJ Moore on a 62-yard touchdown pass that tied the game at 34. But here's the sad part. DJ Moore took his helmet off, gave his team a 15-yard penalty, and Eddie Pinheiro missed the extra point to give the Panthers a 1-point lead. The game went to overtime, and the Panthers got the ball back off a Marcus Mariota interception, and Eddie Pinheiro once again had a chance to put the game away, but he missed a 32-yard field goal. The Falcons came back down, got in field goal range, and Younghoe Koo, with 2 minutes to go in OT, gave the Falcons a 37-34 victory. Bears at Cowboys. Dallas jumped out to a 28-7 lead after Dak Prescott found Jake Ferguson for a 1-yard touchdown, but the Bears did not give up. Justin Fields found N'Keal Harry before halftime, and after a Dak Prescott interception, the Bears got another field goal before halftime. In the third, Khalil Herbert scored a 12-yard touchdown, making it a 5-point game. But Tony Pollard, who was unbelievable filling in for Zeke, had a 7-yard touchdown, giving Dallas a 12-point advantage. Then on one of the weirdest touchdowns you'll see, Leighton Vander Esch caused the fumble on David Montgomery, and for some reason Justin Fields did not touch Micah Parsons, and he returned it for 36 yards and a Cowboys touchdown. Pollard's 54-yard touchdown gave the Cowboys a 49-29 lead, and that was all she wrote. Dolphins at Lions. The Lions backfield gave them a 21-7 lead as Jamal Williams had 2 touchdowns and Jared Goff found DeAndre Swift for a 7-yard touchdown. But in the second quarter, Tua found Jalen Waddle for a 29-yard touchdown, making it a 1-score game. Fullback Alec Ingold had a 1-yard touchdown that cut it to a 3-point lead for the Lions, and then in the late third, Tua found Mike Gesicki for an 11-yard touchdown, making it 31-27. On 4th and 1 on Miami's 35, Jared Goff could not complete his pass to Josh Reynolds, and the Dolphins held on to improve to 5-3. Cardinals at Vikings. The Vikings jumped out to a 14-3 lead, and that included a 17-yard rushing touchdown for Kirk Cousins. Not very expected. Before halftime, Kyler found DeAndre Hopkins for an insane one-handed catch, 6-yard touchdown, making it a 4-point deficit. In the third, Zach Ertz hauled in an 8-yard touchdown, giving the Cardinals a 3-point lead. But then the tandem of Dalvin Cook and Alexander Mattison gave the Vikings a 28-17 lead in the late third quarter. Thanks to some missed tackles, Kyler Murray found Rondale Moore for a 38-yard touchdown, making it a 5-point game. A Matt Prater field goal cut it to 2 points, but then Kirk Cousins found KJ Osborne for a 5-yard touchdown, making it 34-26 Vikings. Kyler Murray was sacked on the final 2 plays by Harrison Phillips and Za'Darius Smith, and the Vikings improved to 6-1. Raiders at Saints. What an embarrassing game for Las Vegas. The Raiders offense did not cross the 50-yard line until the late fourth quarter. It was that bad. The way to summarize this game was 1 Will Lutz field goal and 3 Alvin Kamara touchdowns, as he absolutely dominated this Raiders defense. Dalton found Kamara for a 16-yard touchdown, making it 17-0 Saints, and then in the early third quarter, Dalton found Kamara for a 36-yard touchdown, making it 24-0, and that was the final score. The Raiders dropped to 2-5. Patriots at Jets. The Jets got out to a 10-3 lead as Zach Wilson found Tyler Conklin for an 8-yard touchdown, and then in the second quarter, the Jets looked like they had a pick 6 to make it a 17-3 lead, but it was called back due to roughing the passer, and from that point on, it was pretty much all New England. Mac Jones found Jacoby Myers on a 5-yard 9-yard touchdown, giving the Patriots a 3-point lead. Nick Folk made a bunch of long field goals in a revenge game versus the Jets, giving the Patriots a 22-10 lead. Late in the game, Zach Wilson found Tyler Conklin once again, this time for a 9-yard touchdown to make it a 5-point deficit, but they cannot overcome Zach Wilson's horrendous interceptions. I am starting to lose faith in Zach Wilson. Steelers at Eagles. Well, the good news is this game was tied at one point at the end of the first quarter when Chase Claypool passed to Derek Watt for a 1-yard touchdown, but this game was dominated by A.J. Brown. Brown had 156 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns on 6 catches, 1 from 39 yards, 1 from 27 yards, and 1 from 29 yards. The game broke open in the early third when Jalen Hurts found Zach Pascal for a 34-yard touchdown, and a Miles Sanders touchdown made it 35-13. The Eagles remain undefeated and the Steelers are not very good. Titans at Texans. Realistically, I think anyone watching this video could have played quarterback for the Titans and they probably still would have won, because Derrick Henry had one of those games once again. 32 carries, 219 yards, and 2 touchdowns for Derrick Henry. He just always kills the Texans. I don't get it. After Henry's 29-yard touchdown and 1-yard touchdown, the Titans found themselves up 14-3. A Randy Bullock field goal made it 17-3, but then in garbage time, Dameon Pierce fantasy owners rejoiced as he scored a touchdown with 21 seconds to go. The Titans improved to 5-2. Commanders at Colts. A game that was supposed to be Matt Ryan versus Carson Wentz gave us Sam Ehlinger versus Taylor Heineke. Heineke found Antonio Gibson for a 9-yard touchdown, giving Washington a 7-3 lead. But in the early fourth, the Colts took a 9-point lead on a Naheem Hines 6-yard touchdown. With 5 minutes to go, Joey Sly cut it to a 6-point game, and after Jonathan Taylor had a terrible fumble, Washington came down and won the game by 1 as Taylor Heineke had a 1-yard touchdown with 26 seconds to go. And to get them there, Terry McLaurin made a great 33-yard catch. The Commanders are now quietly 4-4. 49ers at Rams. The Rams did get out to a 14-7 lead, and you thought maybe the Rams might win this game. But Christian McCaffrey literally had a hat trick in football. He had a 34-yard passing touchdown, a 9-yard receiving touchdown, then a 1-yard rushing touchdown. That has not been accomplished since LaDainian Tomlinson in 2005. In the middle of the fourth, Garoppolo found George Kittle for a 7-yard touchdown, making it 31-14. The 49ers get back to 500. Giants at Seahawks. Seattle got out to a 7-0 lead in the second quarter as DK Metcalf had a 3-yard touchdown. But after a really bad Tyler Lockett fumble on his own 2-yard line, Saquon Barkley punched in a 1-yard touchdown to knot the game up at 7. Then both teams exchanged 4 field goals, making it a 13-13 game in the early fourth. But then Seattle pulled away. Tyler Lockett redeemed himself after that fumble and a bad touchdown drop earlier to give them a 20-13 lead. Then, thanks to some bad tackling, Kenneth Walker had a 16-yard touchdown, making it a 2-touchdown Seahawks lead, and that was it. Seattle improves to 5-3. Packers at Bills. To no one's surprise, the Bills got out to a 14-0 lead after a Stephon Diggs 26-yard touchdown. But the Packers did respond with a Romeo Doubs 19-yard touchdown to make it a 1-score game. At halftime, though, after a Tyler Bass 42-yard field goal, it was 24-7 Bills. And aside from running the ball with Aaron Jones, the Packers really had no offense in this game. In the middle of the fourth, Aaron Rodgers found some rookie I never heard of for a 37-yard touchdown to make it a 10-point game, but that was the final score. Josh Allen did have 2 interceptions and didn't look sharp, but the Bills are clearly a dominant force. Bengals at Browns. Not the best day for Cincinnati. They did not score until the fourth quarter. A Nick Chubb touchdown and a 2-point conversion got the Browns out to an 8-0 lead. They took an 18-0 lead in the third quarter on a Jacoby Brissett 3-yard rushing touchdown. Brissett found Amari Cooper for a 4-yard touchdown, making it 25-0. The Bengals eventually got it going as Tyler Boyd was found for a 13-yard touchdown, making it 25-6. But Nick Chubb scored again from 11 yards out, making it 32-6. The Browns keep their season alive, I guess.